Hello, everyone. Schoolhouse Intuitive Tarot. I'm here to deliver messages, channeled messages for Libra, all placements of Libra. I hope you're doing well. And I had an interesting message here from Spirit. They were telling me to do a reading and don't sugarcoat it. So, this is what we're going to do. We're going to ask ourselves some questions about what do we need to maybe release before the year is up. Maybe some things we need to address, just overall general messages, giving us a little direction and insight, and having maybe asking ourselves some questions using the tarot cards. So let's get started with some oracle cards. And if you're curious about 2025, I did do the Libra 2025 reading. It's for all placements of Libra. That posted December 3rd. So you can check that out. And then I just did one on the 5th for you that was about something hidden that maybe we don't see coming. And then your weekly readings, of course, always post on Sunday. Cold, control. All right, so some sort of hidden feelings here, okay? There could be some sort of emotional blocking, or someone perhaps reading or wearing a mask. This could be someone who needs to feel in control. This could be you. It could be someone you're connected to. What else do we need to maybe face or address? Set us up for the new year. Mars, hot energy. So a Knight of Wands kind of energy. This could be taking action on something. This could be addressing some passion. This could also be some sort of energy that's kind of aggressive too. Okay, so that could be something like how to handle some sort of angry energy even. Some of you may be feeling angry about something, or you may be dealing with someone who's angry. So this is a very, very interesting reading already. And there, again, I was told, do not sugarcoat this. So I will not. It's going to be raw, real tarot here, okay? It always is, but I don't know. Again, I go where I'm guided, and I was told, let's break it down. They're saying, let's break it down and see what we need to address. Karma, balance, justice. So you could be weighing things out. So be mindful of karma. Know that karma just is. It's cause and effect. It's the choices we make. It's, again, cause and effect. I do this, this happens. If I do this, this happens. So. And there's also something here about not letting someone dilute the truth or pollute the air, they told me. You have divine timing. Trust. There are greater forces at play. Please release control. They're saying release control. And on the clock, it looks like, well, it's interesting because this is a kind of a weird clock. So it's like turned on its side. It's almost like a time is irrelevant kind of thing. But if I had to say a time, it's maybe 10:30. Ish. So all's working out for your highest good. And that's what they want to tell me about karma too, is that they're telling me, even with this reading is meant to be for our greatest, highest good. So it might feel a little different than some of my other readings, but I'm not going to be nasty or anything to you. That's not what I'm going to do. It's still all messages for your greatest, highest good. And we will ask ourselves some questions, and we'll get a little direction. Certainly get messages from spirits, angels. Here, what else do we have here? What do we have for Libra? Anything that needs to come out, maybe that we need to address or be on top of. Rainbow Bridge, hope. So whatever's going on, they want you to know loved ones have crossed over, and they're sending a message of love and strength. Those loved ones who have crossed over, this is a message of love and strength. Grieving a person, pet, or a situation is difficult to move through, and they're saying honor your feelings. All right. You don't have to stay silent. Okay. No more hiding the feelings or having to wear a mask. Okay. Tell people how you feel. Let them know how you feel. Clear the air now, they're saying. All right. Honor your healing process with patience and be surrounded by support and love. On the bottom, you have winds of change here. Do that thing you wish you could do. Do it now, they're saying. Don't wait. Don't wait for the winds to change. You can do this now. Start with what you know, they're telling me. Start with what you know. Because that Knight of Wands, that Mars energy, hot energy, that's all about taking action. So allowing change can open up your world in ways you could not have imagined. Dare to live courageously and soar above those clouds to discover new ideas, new people, new outlooks, to see your world in an expanded way. They want us to broaden our vision. Some of us have had a very narrow focus, and they're wanting us to definitely broaden things. Again, this is all for our highest good. There may be something or someone that's a situation where you're feeling trapped. Too, I have reflection pond, mirror. Every person you interact with is viewed through your perception. Then they reflect what you perceive, therefore are reflected onto you. So they reflect what you perceive, and then that's reflected onto you. Interesting. So you're seeing your own reflection through others by seeing a part of yourself. So it's about us facing ourselves. The good, the bad, the ugly, the in between, right? We all have it. Getting real. And divine time, it says no. This is a pause. Release control. The answer is no. Free will can influence any outcome. Use your intuition and discernment, as there may be layers of information and possibilities. Okay? Spider web. Trapped. And I just said, some of you may be feeling trapped. And then we have this with the no, pause, okay? The situation's drawing you in with bad intentions and behavior. Again, these are messages that are for your greatest, highest good, okay? The decks were selected by spirit, by source, and I'm going with this. And it's like we're being asked to look in the mirror, and this is a warning about not getting involved with anything destructive or with people that don't have your best interest. Because look at this. This is under the card of all's working out for your greatest, highest good. But there's a situation here, and you know what it is. That's not for your greatest, highest good. It's not for your benefit. It's time to say no to that. Okay, this is turning your spiritual strength, turning to it to make the necessary changes, okay? If you want your dreams to be a reality, there is something or someone you may need to let go of that has been holding you back. All right. It's affecting the balance of everything. It's almost like you can only go so far, and then you have to face that thing, that release. You've got, I feel like it is a lot of, there's like a release, letting something or someone go. It's something that's outdated. All right. And someone just said, and if you want my opinion, and I heard you say no, cutting people off before they have a chance to influence you in like their negative thinking or suck you into their negative view. Okay. Because some of you have that around you, unfortunately. And, we're always going to face that in life. Let's see what Madame Endora has to say. Madame Endora really keeps it real here. And not that my other readings don't, but there's a different tone to this reading. Again, it's like they want me to they're saying cut through the BS, right? Like get right to the point. And so don't sugarcoat, get right to the point, just deliver it. All right. So delivering the message. And you have the oracle here. Seek wisdom and guidance from your elders. This is about us not being, know-it-alls. We are experts on our own life, but there's a time and a place for other people or other wisdom to flow in, to fall in, and to help us. Winds of change. Are you kidding me? Look at this. Winds of change is clarifying winds of change. Completely different decks I have not used in a while. And here's what we have. Winds of change. Things are changing. There's action that needs to be taken. And this card is all about your surroundings undergoing transition. And like I said, they're saying if you want to do something now, do it. They're saying to really like capitalize on the energy now. There's an energy here of you being able to transform and transmute. You're getting a lot of divine assistance. What else? The key, locked doors can now be opened. A plan may have been delayed. Not anymore. You have that key. Again, you're weighing things out, okay? You may want to make things right, but there's a choice. Are you going to unlock that door? Which door? Again, every person we interact with is viewed through our own perception. So we see ourselves and others, right? What else do we have? There's something here about, they're telling me there's something about an enormous lie. I don't know what else, but they're saying an enormous lie. A barrier keeps you from your goal. Are we telling ourselves any lies? Are we telling ourselves we're trapped and we can't do something when in fact we can? Because you have the key, and here's the gate. You have the key, you have the gate. You can unlock that. Are there barriers we're placing on ourselves that aren't actually there? These are some of the harder questions to ask ourselves, okay? And we might not be facing how we really feel about a particular situation for all that it is and all that it'll never be, they're telling me. All that it will never be. It's been what it's going to be. Wow. Oh my goodness. All right. We'll keep going with this. It's some things like it's going to be the way it is and the way it always has been. If you're wondering, well, what if it's the way it's going to be is how it's always been. That's how it always will be for some things. Now, do I believe people and situations can change? Absolutely. We have winds of change right here, but there is that one thing that we have to address. That one thing that could be hindering our growth. Is it a doubt? I don't know. What is it? We'll use the Star Tarot and get a little insight here. The King of Cups. Wear your heart on your sleeve. There may be a love situation or something that you once loved or that you thought you knew that you're moving on from. It's a transition. Again, it's if we want to get to a certain point, there's a big change. We have to come about something a different way. Tell me more, please. They're telling me something about eating the same thing every day and being bored and needing something, needing more flavor, needing to add fresh air to things, needing to, again, like revamp something. Ace of Cups. Yes, that's when the energy changes. When we take ownership of that change, of those things, right? We're taking ownership of our own growth. And I know that's what a lot of you are doing. That's why you tune in to like spiritual readings, That's what I feel. And by the way, you can take it or leave it, anything in this reading, as with any of my readings. You have free will, final say. Your intuition knows best. You don't have to take any of this. I'm offering my personal opinion, the way I'm feeling energy. So of course it's not a professional one-to-one reading, and it's not advice, really. It's, I give you the advice that I'm channeling. So, take it or leave it, right? I'm a tarot reader, not a financial advisor or anything, or a therapist. Oh, and then you have another Ace of Wands. So this is some of us, we have been delaying. We haven't been moving like forward on the dream, on the goal. But it's not this isn't blame, because a lot of us, there's a reason why. It's almost like there's a missing piece. And I feel like a missing piece is coming in. I feel like for some of us, addressing whatever thing or person or situation that's locked us out or made us feel locked out. Maybe it's somebody who's emotionally unavailable. Maybe we're attracted to that because that's what we grew up with. There's all kinds of maybes and coulda, shoulda, wouldas in life, right? But you have the authority to turn a new page. That's what I'm being told. You have the authority to turn the new page, to turn a page, to take action. For some of you, you're getting your vitality back. You're getting your lust for life back. You're getting your mojo back even, okay? For some of us, our emotions have been blocked. We haven't been able to release something. We haven't been able to let go because we've stayed in the same for whatever reason. Too many, it's like something else has stayed the same. Maybe it's like you were in a certain place. You're in a certain place in your job or your career or whatever, and you know that without getting another certification or without even putting your name in or having a conversation with supervisors or whatever, you can't advance, you can't grow any further there. So then you're faced with the question, do I stay or do I go? What choice do I make? Am I trapping myself where I am when I'm actually not trapped? Am I placing false barriers and beliefs on myself when I'm not trapped and I have everything right now to create the life I want? And yeah, there are greater forces at play. And yes, sometimes we have to have the blind faith and just trust and just go for it. But if we just stay the same and we don't make the changes, of course, nothing will change, right? Oh, interesting. And now you have the star card. I'm covering up a little bit of that. The star card, healing, some of that healing that needs to be completed. There's your wish, there's your goal, it's achieving that, okay? But it's after undergoing transformation, this major transformation, a major metamorphosis is on the way, okay? This is about renewal, hope, clarity, miracles, having faith, being in the spotlight, being okay, showing the real you, not hiding our feelings, right? Not changing for other people, changing because we want to change, right? There's a huge difference. Changes are more willing to stick if we do it for the right reasons. Again, you're not expected to know it all, and you also don't have to start from nothing. There are free resources for certain things, okay? So they're saying, activate that. They're telling me, they're saying, remember this. There's that saying, and sometimes I mess it up, but it's, you can only meet others where they've been willing to meet themselves. And that's one of those hard truths. And I feel like tearing up right now. I feel pretty emotional about that because I feel as though change was inevitable and you've seen this coming. But it doesn't make it any easier emotionally to have to shut someone out or close the door. It can be difficult. Even if we say, oh, I want, it can't, there may be some little, they're telling me there are little morsels and little morsels of almost like they're talking about frayed edges and they're saying clean cuts, not frayed edges. So it's something like we can't neatly take our things and people and put them in neat little boxes and what is it like compartmentalize. They're saying something about that having to go. Now, I'm not a mental health specialist or therapist. Do not take this as mental health advice, please, okay? They're telling me that you haven't necessarily activated your inner warrior spirit as fully as you possibly can. And it's almost like you know that. There's also something here about damage being done behind the walls. It's like expressing yourself and or embracing your true calling. By not doing that, it's making you out of alignment. Okay? And they're telling me that only you have the key to bust down that barrier. They're telling me if you come at the same job with different tools, you'll get different results, maybe. But they're telling me like a project or something. They gave me metaphors a lot of the time. So they're saying If you continue to try to use the same tools to solve this problem, it won't work. And then they bring in like a tower, you know, that's that karma sometimes, that wheel. Also with the Wheel of Fortune changing, in order to change our luck, we have to come at it from a different angle. We have to get that higher perspective. And it has nothing to do with if you're capable. You have the skill set, you even have the tools, but will you use them? You know, the magician has all the tools. They have all the aces, and you have two aces here. You have the Ace of Cups, you have the Ace of Wands. You have the direction, you have the urge to create, you have some sort of new, even a proposal of some kind. You have the fortitude and the wisdom. But for whatever reason, if you're not feeling safe to step up to the plate, I would like more information on that, because there's something here. They're telling me something's been sort of a hindrance or an annoyance. This could actually be your health. And this could also be, it's almost like I could be picking up on your irritation, or there was something that's just been bothering. It comes and goes, maybe even something health-wise even, or something almost like past upsets, hurts, getting triggered. It's sort of like there's something here about pinpointing that. If you haven't worked with a specialist on it, maybe do it, because it can literally change your life. Some of you, they're telling me, pack your suitcase and go. You know exactly who I'm talking to and what I'm talking about. They're telling me, again, don't sugarcoat it. So I'm telling you, some of you may want to hear that message. They're telling me not to act out of spite. You're doing this because this is your duty. Some of you are called to something higher, to something better. You have that higher knowing. You've got the star. You are divinely connected and divinely guided. And they're telling me about patience. And again, they're bringing me back to the tools. Heart-centered approach, yes. But some of us might say again, there's something here about not masking your emotions anymore. Something you felt in secret for a while. Maybe you felt trapped in some way. The only way we're going to get to the star is to accurately see our own reflection. You see how she's looking into that pond, and you have the reflection pond. The only way we're really going to get to where we want to go is by embracing all aspects of ourselves and of our journey, and accepting them for what they are and who they are. Right now, in this very place, in this moment. They're telling me you have more power than you realize. Some of you might even be afraid to grow. And they understand that. That's understandable. But they're saying also, remember, when you do have a choice, turn your spiritual strength into your superpower. And that can help you make the necessary changes. And again, there are greater forces at play. If someone's put on your path, or something's put on your path over and over and over, sometimes it's because we didn't get that lesson. And they're telling me, you're going to get served the same thing over and over. And this has happened in my own life. They're asking me just to give you the nudge. That's it. They're just saying, this is just a nudge. You do whatever you want with it. Now, some of you don't need this reading. And some of you may have already left a mean comment. You know, that happens. But I'm not here to sugarcoat it, especially today. Generally, I don't anyway, but they're telling me about getting right to the heart of the matter. For a little while now, I've been receiving the message, get down to brass tacks. And it's about doing these readings. And so they're telling me to cut out the fluff and get right to the point. And then they give me an Ace of Wands right in front of me. with the point. The point is actually pointing at me. They're telling me, get right to the point. If you want to help people heal, get to the point. That's what they're telling me. If I want to help people, I need to get to the point. And it's not that my other readings don't, but they're telling me there's there are different ways to go about things, and sometimes a different energy is needed. Again, they're telling me not to keep bringing the same tools to this project of life, that we need to get comfortable being uncomfortable and get comfortable being new at using some of these tools we've had or that we've grown that we're not comfortable with. A perfect example in my own life, I have this new camera that I could finally buy, and I've had it for a couple months now, and I don't know how to use it, and I'm actually kind of scared. I'm scared to learn how to use. I don't know why. I've learned hard things my whole life, all different types of lessons. But what is it that's in my way? For example, if I were to give my own personal example, what's in my way? I say I don't have time. Well, I do have time, because I have time to sit down and watch The Unexplained with William Shatner, you know? But I guess it's because I don't want to have to use that. It's not my strength, and they're telling me it doesn't matter. If I want to get further, like with my videos, even if I want to be able to do more, I need to embrace that technology, and they're telling me to do that. That, even for example, my own example, they're telling me to share, like, I have to get comfortable with that, and I have to understand. They're telling me that you'll be surrounded by people who can support you. Like, they're not, people aren't going to laugh. Like, they're telling me people aren't going to laugh at me because I have a camera mess up or something, right? It's like, that's life. Everybody gets, people understand. And so, like, people, like, not only do we know more than we realize and do we have more control, but sometimes we feel like people are going to not receive what we say well. They're asking me to ask you, what if it works out? What if we go to have the difficult conversation, or we go to leave a job, for example, or a situation, and it actually goes better than expected, and it's like, that went way better than I did not expect that. It's because for some of us too, we've been asking for those answers, the same thing, for so long. And oh, our spiritual team is there, like, oh, please get it this time, please. We don't want to keep serving you the same stuff over and over. Like, it's like, if we take that leap of faith, we will be supported. And support can come in ways that, like, all different ways in all different directions. And that could be something that we're not used to. That could be part of this winds of change. Our surroundings undergoing transition. Wow, right? Isn't that the truth? That's been happening for a while for a lot of us. Let's get more tarot, though. More tarot. What else? They're telling me, like, some of us have been living a lie. And we won't be doing it anymore. We're not doing that, right? Some of us, maybe, we bite our lip or tongue or whatever, because we don't want to upset somebody. We don't want to upset it. But the bottom line is, if we don't express externally, we internalize. And that's what they're telling me. There's damage being done behind the walls, right? So it could be within our own bodies. They'll say, like, stress is toxic, and I believe that. I've noticed that in my own body. Like, we have to have a way to express ourselves. So if you feel like you can't get out of a certain situation now, what can you do to help you through this discomfort, as long as you are there still in it? Nine of Pentacles. We know that's what it's all about. Who doesn't want to get to that Nine of Pentacles? That's that security, that stability, that independence. You're being guided. You're being protected. You literally have a guardian who's assigned just to you. Call upon them. Sometimes they're saying, you don't talk to us enough. How do we know what to do if you don't talk to us? Or, yeah, some of you have the gift of healing. You may have inherited this from your grandmother or someone else, but they're telling me that you have to start somewhere. We have a black tiger here. Tiger, that's about your power. Not afraid to be fierce when you need to be, but then also the balance of that like star energy and the reflection point of the King of Cups, right? The King of Cups doesn't have to be forceful in any way. The King of Cups is a confident energy, very supportive energy, and empathic, very tolerant. The King of Cups understands that we're imperfect and they love us anyway. I saw 333 on the timer. That's a sign of divine protection. They're telling me you have the vehicle, you have the key. Now what? Where do we want to go? They're showing me the magician again. How we have that ability to turn visions into reality. But it takes action. We have to do more than just want it, right? But you have to have that total self-love and self-acceptance to get where you want to be. If you yourself want to be a healer and a helper, or you want to teach something, for example, we have to go back to being a student. We have to go back to being the patient. We have to allow healing to take place fully for ourselves before we can really help others, to the maximum anyway. They're telling me to use your wisdom and your experience to inspire yourself. Some of you want to use it to inspire others, like me, for example. I want to use it to inspire others. But I'm being also, this is, hey, my reading too, they're doing this through me, so I'm meant to hear at least some of it. I have to get out of my own way. I have to get out of my comfort zone. I've got to, make sure that I'm staying on top of it. I taught for many years in schools, and I'm still a teacher of Reiki and intuitive works, if you want to call it that, coaching in a way. But I'm still, no matter, the best teachers are still learning and growing. That's what makes them good teachers. We learn, like, we love teaching because we love learning. And so, like, if we want to be a healer and we want to be a helper, we have to allow ourselves to receive the support, right? Sometimes we have to be in that seat, because you always want to be able to perspective take, right? To really be effective. So it's if you've watched in somebody's shoes, before, then you're able to maybe support them better because you've been there, right? But it's like they're telling, that continues, over the lifetime. You don't have to know all the answers, is what they're telling me. You don't have to know all the answers. And they're telling me it's okay to seek relief or respite or retreat if you need to. They're actually talking to me right now about someone who has like a family situation, and they're the caregiver to someone. And it's very hard to find somebody to be with that. It could be a grown child. It could be, a child of some kind, or an adult even. And they're telling me that sometimes you're gonna have to step aside, like you're gonna have to let somebody help, because you can't possibly do this all by yourself forever. And it's like, why not now, right? Why not now? Why not now? Why not take that chance on yourself now with whatever it is you want to do? Accept the help, accept the offer. Let me get another card, actually. Cave of Comfort. I just said respite. I may have used the word retreat. Look at this. It says retreat. It's a cave of comfort. I said get comfortable being uncomfortable. I said accept the help, accept the healing. And we have a time is needed for self-care and solitude. This is a time to redirect your life that centers within your heart. The healing starts when you align your body, mind, and soul. And the healing comes from within. Of course, connecting to the divine too, which is a big part of the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups, that's self-care. That's the healing. Your healing is in your hands, is what they're saying, right? Your healing, your health, it's all in your hands. Any kind of health, financial wealth or health, financial health. It could be physical health. It could be emotional health. It could be all kinds of health. And they're telling you to make space. Make space. Be ready for a change of pace, too. Someone loves you more than you realize, too. There's something here about that. I don't know if they're in spirit or what, but someone that really, they're giving me that song, almost like Apple of My Eye or something, or, oh, that song, that's why they're saying like, you are the sunshine of my life. That's why I'll always be around. You are the apple of my eye. Interesting. And they're telling me to sing it quietly, like quietly. It's almost like, it's like I'm getting this, it's like not wanting to address something because of the emotions it could stir up, and wondering, what if I never heal? What if when I open that box, I can't close it again? Right? That could be something going on for some of us. And they're like, the ultimate act of control is allowing yourself to lose control, because you have full faith that you're going to regain again. And that's true mastery of oneself. And that's, again, that is a channeled message. All of these aren't even words. I'm going to let you in on a secret. When I'm channeling, when I walk and step away, I don't remember what I channeled. The only way I know is if you leave a comment, or if I have, and then I go back and watch the video. So now I'm in the habit of going and watching my videos as they premiere or around that time, because I have to know what people are talking about in the comments, because I don't have any solid memory of it. I get fragments. I don't know. I couldn't tell you where it came from. So what I just said, I've already forgotten it. And that's good, because that's the energy they want me to be in for channeling. So I'm not, so while they tell me to share stories and they tell me how to say them that are about my personal life, it's not about me. I'm only doing this for you. That's how I'm utilized. And I'm good with, I'm good with it. I consider it a gift. I'm extremely grateful. So I want you to know that these readings are always about you in some way. And you'll know who you are, and you'll know if it's your reading. Sometimes it's not. And sometimes it is. And I hope that you get something out of it. Even if it's just that one person that gets that one message. Because as we know, we have an amazing ability, and amazing, actually, we control a lot more than we realize, because the slightest thing we do can have a huge impact, and it can continue on and on and on and on and on. And it can continue throughout generations. And it's all starts with the one choice. You choose to go this way or that way. Think about decisions in your life where it's like, if only I'd done this. Or imagine if I hadn't done that. Or imagine if I had gone this way. Oh, then I never would have met so-and-so. Or then I would have, there's all these things. And it's like, and that's for us to know the power of choice, the freedom choice brings. These are some things they want us all to know. And they're giving me almost like a motivational speaker, and they're being kind of funny about it. So like humor, we have to have humor. We have to be able to laugh at ourselves, right? Yeah. And none of this, by the way, is said with any sort of judgment. It's just a message for those who are ready to hear it. and those who need it. And it's, again, it's all, the intention is for it to be for our greatest, highest good. And for some of you, they know you want to make things right. You want to fix something in your life. You want to get the balance. You want to really grow and really expand and remove those blocks and be able to really be yourself and be appreciated for it. So this is a little insight into how to make that happen. This is what I have, and I hope it was helpful. I could go on and on here. As I always do, I'll get an animal card. I'm going to get a couple of questions card too from the Ask Yourself Tarot. So we'll wrap up. We do have the black tiger here though. Whoa. They're talking about starting a charity, maybe for people with special needs even, or like you were inspired by a child you or something have or had or know. So that's awesome. It could be something like a bike ride, or you're organizing a bike ride for charity of some kind, may not even have to do with children, but there's something about that. Oh my gosh. And on the bottom of the deck, you have the Chariot. So that's about moving forward. So what signs are showing you that it's time to move forward? You can't make this up. This is amazing. Card 7, Cancerian energy. And the King of Cups would be water sign energy too. So there's the Chariot. What signs are showing you that it's time to move forward? We have a jumper, Queen of Wands. What are you passionate about and ready to create? Fire sign energy. That's a nice balance, the water and the fire, right? And there you have water and fire. You have the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Wands. You have the Chariot, the King of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. This is amazing. You have Cups, Wands, Cups, Wands. This is about emotional, create, motion, intuition, creating. Intuition, action, taking action on your intuition, creating. And they're like, and get out of your own way, get out of your own head. King of Swords, what situation in your life is calling you to have logic and clarity? Now we're bringing in the mental aspect of it. I say get out of your own head. They want us to just get clear on some very basic things. They're actually saying you've already been pointed in the right direction. You're already getting that. So we're already getting that, okay? We're being pointed. What situation in our life is calling us to have logic and clarity? I feel like we already came to this reading knowing that, okay? Whoa, what's that? They're telling me about working hard. Okay, Six of Wands. Yeah, are you ready to be recognized for all of your efforts and achievements? Some of us, I think that's what's in the way. It's like this fear of success, of big success. And like, what will it look like? How will I get there? What will I, it's like we having fear and anxiety. Well, we're not gonna be able to bring it in if we're having fear and anxiety as the main energy surrounding something, right? So they're like, leave the rest up to us, but just like focus on the present, focus on what you can do today. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's get Divine Direction Oracle. A little direction here. Let off steam. Yeah, again, they're like, let the emotions out. Be conscious not to hold in any stress, anger, or anxieties. Reconnect with your spirit and let it all out. What else? Faith. Have faith in the universe. Let it impress you with its magic. Enjoy this beautiful journey. They're saying get outside too. And all is well. What a great way to end this reading. All is well with the dove. That's our animal. That's hope and peace and renewal. I was going to get an animal card, and I don't think I am. I'm just going to leave it here with this. All is well. Mm-hmm. Everything's unfolding exactly as it should be. Find peace and wisdom by accepting what is. That's how we started out with this. Accepting all of yourself, everything, all of it. Let it in so we can process it and let it out, right? Let off that steam and have faith. Enjoy your journey. Have faith in yourself. Locked doors can now be opened. All is well. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this reading, like, subscribe, leave a nice comment, and maybe consider membership. Thank you for being here. I'll see you on the 12/12 reading.